Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm doing a review on the Venum Reverso boxing gloves. So stay tuned. Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here. Today I'm doing a review on the Venum Reverso boxing gloves. I got mine in the cherry red and gold colorway. 14 ounces. It is a Velcro closure only model. You can get this glove anywhere between 8 to 18 ounces with a total of 5 different colorways to choose from, which you can check out on the Venum website. It's made of full genuine leather throughout the entire glove with a polyester satin liner on the inside of the hand compartment and utilizes multi-layer foam padding over the knuckles that's medium to soft in firmness. And lastly, the gloves are manufactured in China. Now, from a design standpoint, when you first see these gloves, there are going to be two things that you notice right off the bat. First is going to be the actual aesthetic design of the glove. You'll notice that on this particular glove that the Venum fangs or the Venum serpent head is basically upside down and the fangs face upwards, where other gloves from Venum, typically the serpent head is like around the fist area and the fangs drop down towards the back. Or you have like the serpent head logo on the back of the glove, like in a circle, just other design cues with some of the other Venum gloves. I think this is the very first glove where they did it upside down to where the fangs face upwards, and then the color is also ingrained into the back of the wrist support. So in this case, this is going to be gold, and you can see it starts at the very bottom where the piping is at, extends through the cuff, and then it comes up towards the back of the glove. And I personally think that looks really sharp. I think it looks good, and I feel like it flows better with the glove, in my opinion. I actually wanted to get the white and black ones, but they were out of stock in 14 ounces, which is the size I wanted. So I ended up getting these in this cherry red and gold, which I think looks good as well. But again, I feel like just that design flows better with the glove. The next thing that you'll notice, which is probably the main selling point that Venum's trying to do with this glove, is going to be this dual Velcro strapping system down here below, which I'm not a big fan of, which I'll explain here in a minute in terms of functionality. I get what they were trying to do with this. Essentially on their website, they said they want to give you a glove that gives you the convenience of a Velcro glove, but gives you the support and that cinched up feel that you would get from a lace up. And I feel like they kind of fall short. Like, I feel like the idea is there, but the execution isn't with this particular glove. And there's certain things about this strapping system that doesn't really make sense to me. So we'll go over that here in a second. But from a design standpoint, looking at the gloves for a 14-ounce glove, I'd say that they're medium in size. So from a profiling standpoint, if you're looking at other 14-ounce gloves, this is not overly huge. It's not super compact. I say it's right there in the middle. The leather on here has a satin finish. The gold is more of like a pearl gold. It's not like a metallic. It's not a very shiny metallic gold, which I like as well. I already showed you guys that upside down fang logo. You also have the serpent head logo in black right here and centered on the back. You also notice that it has basically like a ribbed or raised up back wrist support right back here, which looks good, and it's nice and rigid. So you have about an inch of firm density foam padding. But to me, this would be more effective if this was a lace-up glove, which they currently don't have this model in lace-up, because this is Velcro. There's really no functionality in terms of having the actual, this rib section on the back of the wrist support, other than for aesthetics and for looks and for some flexibility. But if this was a lace-up glove, then this actually would have some functionality to it, because then the laces would sit in these little channels to lock the laces in so the laces don't slide off the back of the glove. So you have that there. You also have this leather strap that goes vertically right there in the middle that has Venum written in gold. There's also kind of like a almost like a light gray design, and I can't tell if that's like fire. It looks like fire and a couple of swirls right there in that design. So I think that looks really clean. It gives it a nice kind of premium look and feel. The inside of the hand compartment utilizes a polyester satin liner, very similar to other liners you'll see out there in other boxing gloves. You also have some tags on the inside which indicate the size of the glove and where they're manufactured as well. The inside wrist support, I'd say, is about 1/4 of an inch and medium density foam that raises all the way through the entire palm. So it's not very thick. And again, the back of the wrist, you're looking at about an inch of firm density foam padding on the back. Coming to the palm side, you'll notice it does have this dual Velcro strap system. Each strap is about an inch in height or thickness and has their own individual D-ring loop at the end that the straps come through. So when you pull it across, it locks into place. The straps have this canvas on here, this nylon canvas material, and you have the Serpent logo on both pull tabs as well as across that nylon. Everything is basically that cherry gold, that cherry red. It's basically like a maroon colorway. You do have some gold around the base of the thumb piping right there. And you also have ventilated holes on our inner thumb, but no ventilated holes above or below the grip bar. The grip bar is nice and firm, but it is a little bit short. So I wish it was a little bit longer to take up more room in the hand compartment. You also have a leather attached thumb, and you also have Venum written right here outside of the finger compartment. And it kind of rolls on the outside edges too. So if you look right here, you can see the M, and then when you roll on this side, it's kind of tucked away. You'll notice that it does have that V. So it's essentially written across, and then when they pull the glove and they cinch up the leather, you basically see the E and U, where the two outside letters are kind of tucked behind on the hand compartment. Quality-wise, I say that these gloves are actually pretty good. The only issue I would say, which I was a little disappointed because I weighed the left glove first. When I put the gloves on the scale, I put the left glove and it was exactly at 14 ounces. So right there, I was like, oh wow, these gloves are gonna be exactly on point with weight. And then I put the right glove on the scale and they were 13.3. So that kind of killed my mojo when it came to weighing the gloves. So the left glove is 0.7 ounces heavier than the right. I mean, you can kind of feel it when you're holding the gloves. If the right gloves were at 14 ounces exactly, that would have been great to have both gloves both at 14 ounces. Unfortunately, the left one is exactly at weight, but the right one isn't. So there's that. The other only issue I would say, the major issue with this glove is going to be the stitching. There's several spots on the gloves where you can see it's almost like they didn't finish off the stitching in terms of like there's a little bit of a piece of like piece fraying, and hopefully I can capture it in the video, but there's a couple small spots. It's not going to affect the actual performance or the durability of the gloves, but you can see how just a couple of the ends are poking out right there, and those are probably just the areas I'm most concerned with. Right there on the outside edge, you'll see there's a little black thread sticking out, and you see it with the left glove as well, a couple areas where the thread is poking out a little bit. And again, trying to show this to you guys so you can see it in the video. So you can see a couple of the threads poking out. But that's really it. I mean, in terms of the actual quality, everything else about the glove is really nice. The leather on here is very nice, high quality, has a good premium feel to it. It doesn't feel cheap or generic. The glove is very well balanced, so you can see it's not a top heavy or a bottom heavy glove. So if you even grab the back of the wrist support, it stays true and has a nice shape to it. The only other thing is I wish the finger compartment on the inside, which is also a comfort thing, you can definitely feel the stitching on the finger compartment. It would have been nice if they put like a piece of neoprene or just a softer material that your finger rests against that when you put your hand in. So outside of that, everything else about the glove is good. You can see symmetry wise that the glove height wise is the same height, is the same width, and you can see the logos are symmetrical. Rolling it to this side, you also notice that the glove thickness is the same. I'd say it's about maybe 1.5 to 2 inches in total thickness. You can see the palm side all looks symmetrical, and this outside looks good as well. So everything looks even, and the gloves look the same. It doesn't feel like you're getting a pair of gloves where the left side is thicker or taller than the right glove. So in terms of symmetry, everything looks good there. The next best thing about this glove is going to be the comfort. When you slide your hand into the hand compartment, the polyester satin liner is cinched up nicely on the inside, so you don't have any excess material with the glove throughout the entire glove. The inner portion of the thumb feels very good. Nice parallel thumb, and they give you an ample amount of room at the base of the thumb. So this portion right here, that some gloves pinch down and kind of cut off the circulation on the fat part of your thumb. You don't have that issue with this particular glove. It actually feels really nice and comfortable. And even with hand wraps on, I didn't have any issues with my thumb feeling like it was getting choked out. When you make a fist, it doesn't pull down on the tip of the thumb. And again, it's a good position and it's deep enough to where your thumb can sit in there and that doesn't feel uncomfortable. I'd say that the gloves are semi-broken in. They're not super stiff, nor are they extremely soft. I'd say they're right there in the middle. You can open and close your palm. Takes a little bit of effort, but the more you break these gloves in, the more this glove will kind of soften up and you'll be able to open and close your hand. The depth of the finger compartment is great with this glove. This glove compared to some of the other Venum gloves is definitely different. And by that I mean they don't use the same mold like some of their other models share. You know, you'll notice that some, Venum has a big catalog of gloves, and they have different different models and sub models essentially of the same glove, almost to a fault, where they have so many that you don't even know which ones to get. And I feel like with this particular glove, it doesn't mimic or use the same mold of any of their other gloves, yet alone their pro boxing line, like the Shield, the Hammers, and the Giant 2.0s, I think that's what they're called. I feel like this uses kind of its own mold, and it kind of reminds me of like a Mexican style puncher's glove with a nice thumb, if that makes sense. Like the actual feel on the inside feels more like a Mexican style glove. And you can really make a nice tight fist, which I really like. So the grip bar in here feels really good, and it has a really nice deep finger pocket to where it takes relatively no effort to make a nice formed fist with this glove. So very comfortable. Again, I wish there was a piece of like neoprene or just something to cover the stitching on the inside of the finger compartment. But in terms of hand ergonomics and being able to make a fist, I think they did a really nice job with the hand ergonomics, and the liner feels good as well. Now, protection and performance wise, starting off with the padding, I'd say that the padding on here performs very nicely as well. You get a nice amount of pop and feedback, and that layered foam padding, again, is more on the medium to soft density side. So you get a good amount of feedback, but you also get a very good amount of shock absorption. So really good for overall training in the gym. Nice flat punch surface. You don't feel like your punches or your blows glance off the bag. You get a really nice satisfying feeling of making contact with whatever you're punching. So definitely I'd say right there in the middle, balance when it comes to the type of padding they use in this glove. Next is going to be this dual Velcro strap system, which when you look at it from the get-go, you think it's going to be a novel idea, it works great, but there's other companies that have done this before. Like Colorway has their Hero, I think they're called the Hero double loop boxing gloves, and again, I mean, I love the traditional Reyes gloves, but those double loops, I thought they didn't do a very good job with the design. And I feel like it's the same thing with these gloves from Venum. You'll notice that it has two of these D-rings, but if you're looking at it just from a total thickness Velcro strap, to me, this could have just been one Velcro strap. Like, I don't understand the point of having two, because it's not like these are doing, you can't move it up or move it down any certain direction. And if you're going to compare this to a lace-up gloves go up higher with the laces. It goes all the way up here towards the top with the lace holes, where this one kind of ends, right down here. So again, I don't know the thought process outside of them saying, hey, let's just use two straps instead of one, because nobody, maybe it makes it look cooler. I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of pointless to have two straps, because it's not like you're just going to strap one and leave the other one undone, and they're both going the same direction, right? So it's not like one is going one way and then you're having one go the other because you want to pull your thumb in and lock it. Then that would have made sense. But to have the fact that you have two straps that essentially go the same direction, to me, it's like, well, just put one strap. Like, I don't know, it's like you're trying to reinvent the wheel, but there's no reason to do that. So I feel like that's kind of pointless. The other big thing about this is that the straps, when you really cinch up the gloves, you'll notice I cinch it up. Again, this is an issue that a lot of these gloves have, is that the end of the Velcro hangs off the glove, and there's no way to actually hold that down unless you tape it. So you can see I have all this extra Velcro that's just exposed on the back of the glove, and there's nothing on the back side here for that Velcro to grab onto. So God forbid if you use these for sparring and you hit your sparring partner, this Velcro, if you've ever gotten hit with Velcro, you know that it will leave a very red, like just basically a burn, like a burn mark if you ever get on your face, and your skin on your face is generally softer. It's less protected, or even around your neck or your shoulders. Oftentimes you'll get it on your arms because maybe you're like blocking a shot and this will come across and then it'll scrape your arm. So it looks like basically you have these gigantic red scrapes, like you got road rash, like you fell off your bike or something. So that's, to me, again, just a poor design when you have that, because you want to cinch this up as tight as possible. It's like a catch-22. You want to make this as tight and supportive as possible, but because doing so, now you have all this extra Velcro that's hanging off the edge. And again, that's just, to me, a really, poorly thought out design. If you're going to do that, at least put some extra Velcro here so that that can sit down and stay flush and doesn't just pop off like that. So to me, I feel like they didn't do a very good job with that. I mean, if you do it to where it sticks flush with the Velcro and you don't cinch it up, then you're sacrificing this portion where you want to make it nice and tight, or you want to adjust the tightness based on the size or the circumference of your wrist and your forearm, right? But if you do that, yeah, it's going to be nice and even now, but it might not be tight enough for some people that are using these gloves. So again, I feel like they could have designed this much better. I feel like they were just trying to go for something different, something new, and just kind of throw it out there. And yeah, I get that part, but if you're going to do that, execute it properly. Don't just throw another glove out there with something like this and just say, okay, this is going to be what it is, but it doesn't perform well. So I feel like that could be redone and done a lot better, in my opinion. Cost-wise, these gloves are $149 on the Venum website. I think that's a decent price, but again, I feel like this glove just is unfinished, in my opinion, when it comes to the Velcro strap design. There's a couple of things I would have done. I would probably gave you a lace-up version of this glove, because again, I feel like the actual glove itself feels different from other Venum gloves. You can make a nice tight fist. I like the padding on here. I think it's a comfortable glove. I like the leather. I like the look of the glove. I like the back of that wrist support. It looks really clean. So from a design, I think they did a good job. I feel like they should make a lace-up version, and I also feel like they need to revise the Velcro strap system, because I think they did a poor job in that regard with the Velcro. Just my opinion on that. So at $149, I still think it's a little overpriced for what it is. It's not a bad price. It's just not great, especially with all the flaws that this glove currently has. But if they could fix those things, then I think $149 would definitely be a price I would entertain. So if you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys put them down below in the comments box. I'll put the link in the description box where you can find these Venum Reverso boxing gloves. I'll see you guys later. Peace.